Avatar is one of the highest grossing movie franchises of all time, with a whopping 5.24 billion. And the original movie is still the highest grossing movie of all time. So you would think that basing a video game on the movie franchise would be an instant home run. Looking at the history of movie tie games, you don't realize what works on the big screen doesn't always translate to video games. It seems tough to do because more often than not the games feel rushed and they're not that good. Half the time, developers copy an old game, slap an asset from the film, and then call it a day. Now, I could understand if, a bad movie makes a bad game. Back in the day, you had the NES and even the Super NES days, you had that happen all the time. And recently, in 2016, we got Ghostbusters, 2012, we got Battleship. Those games really weren't good. We can't even forget when we get the combo of lousy movies and lousy video games when we had 2004's Catwoman. At least that is what they used to do. But Avatar Frontiers of Pandora isn't that. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora is its own story based on Avatar franchise. It occurs between the first and second movie and introduces you to new characters. I haven't seen the second movie, and it's been over 10 years since I saw the first movie, so jumping into this game, I was getting a refresher. I always found it fascinating that so many people see these movies, yet no one I know ever talks about them. And the franchise is huge. You would think that something so big would be all anybody ever talks about. The second movie, Avatar's The Way of the Water, was a huge success, but I didn't even know it was in theaters, and then it popped up on my Disney Plus feed. Avatar The Way of the Water grossed $2.34 billion, and I couldn't even count the people I know that saw the movie. It wasn't exactly on my radar when they announced Avatar Frontiers of Pandora in March of 2017. Ubisoft makes a lot of games that I genuinely gel with, like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and The Division, just to name a few, so I knew I was going to try this. When I first saw the trailer, I thought, like many, that the game was Far Cry with Avatar characters. I can say without a doubt that this isn't the case, and Avatar Frontier of Pandora stands on its own. Does it remind me of other Ubisoft titles? Sure, but I wouldn't say that's a bad thing. It has aspects from Far Cry because of the first-person view and weapon systems, hacking from Watch Dogs, and stealth combat from Assassin's Creed. The story is original, and it's a continuation from the first movie, so I won't give too much away, as the story portion was so well done. The RDA, or the Sky People as they're called in the game, raise you, and that is how the story starts. But soon you'll learn that the RDA are not who they say they are, and tragedy strikes. You escape the RDA facility to step into the world of Pandora, set to reunite with your clan and truly learn what it means to be Na'vi. As you meet up with different clans, you know the ways of your people, and you find humans who are your friends and not your enemy. Your goal is to cleanse Pandora of the RDA and reclaim the land. As you meet new clans, you will be given the main and side quests to help you further unlock parts of the map. The map is enormous, so I recommend keeping to the main story missions until you open your first mount. My biggest issue with the story though is if I had difficulty wanting to know more about my character. At the beginning of the game, which is the first couple hours, I was intrigued and I liked where the story was going. But as the world opened up, I felt like the story got lost a bit in all the side quests and things to do on the map. I became more concerned with leveling up my character than progressing the story. The world of Pandora is beautiful, and it will try and kill you at the same time. It's not only the RDA that will hurt you, but the animals and plants in the world can attack you and they will try and kill you, so you better watch out. The world became a different place at night and glowed to be what I felt was the best. I wanted to play only at night as the game looked impressive during the night. I played on a PS5 in performance mode, giving me 60 FPS, but no 4K. But if you switch to quality mode, you get locked at 30 frames per second at 4K graphics. At some points, I could see how beautiful the world would look, but as I mentioned, I played in performance mode. From what I've seen online, the best way to play this game though is on PC, as the game runs and looks beautiful simultaneously. I can understand not being able to give us 4K 60, as a lot is going on at one time on this screen. There isn't much variety with the RDA enemies, but with the level system, they become more challenging and a little bit spongy. As you level up your character and unlock new skills, you become pretty unstoppable as you progress the story. Your skills include Hunter, Survivor, Warrior, Maker, and Rider. At this point in gaming, these skill trees have almost become standard with different names. The Rider is for your mount, so you won't even have access to it until you unlock your first mount. I recommend upgrading your Survivor first, as it will give you more health, making it easier to take over the RDA refineries. Once you have enough health to move between Warrior and Hunter, consider the trees to upgrade based on your playstyle. There is a crafting system, so hunting and gathering plants and resources around Pandora will help you craft better armor, weapons, and survival for food. You can use your Navi sense to see objects you can interact with. They have added a stamina system that needs to be replenished for yourself and your mount by eating food. The good news is that there is plenty of food around the map. The bad news is they've added this to the system. I'm not a fan of having to replenish my stamina throughout eating in games, and it feels tiresome when you have to do it. I realize it adds to the challenge, but becomes a pain to worry about and takes me out of the action. Fast travel spots are aplenty, so you use them to move around the map, but know that you must eat when you fast travel because it takes away all your stamina. Navigating the map poses some challenges though, as it becomes clutter, and it's hard to distinguish where to go on the main quests. When you use the Navi sense, it will show you a blob to go towards, but halfway through my playthrough, that vanished, so I had to use clues to find where to go, which took away from my enjoyment of the game. I did become addicted though to the crafting system, as I wanted to upgrade my Navi to make myself more powerful, which, if you follow the instructions, it isn't hard to do. The game rewards you for going off the beaten path to uncover the areas of the map. Taking over RDA refineries will unlock health upgrades and special weapons and ammo. When you take over a refinery, over time the vegetation will come back and consume to show you that the earth finds a way to replenish itself. The areas with refineries are inhabitable, so you cannot gather resources or hunt animals until you take over that area. There are many ways to upgrade your Navi all over the map, and once you're near them, you will see a glow from your Navi sense pointing you in that direction. The upgrades are skill points and health upgrades in the open world. I suggest waiting for the amount to do so because some are in high places. Be on the lookout for ancestor skills to help your Navi be more robust and far more potent than those in your skill tree. The mounts can unlock are Ikran, which can fly, the Dire Horse, which can move fast on land. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora has much to do, but if you stick to the main story path, you could finish the game in under 20 hours. My playthrough was just over 30 hours, as I love to unlock everything on the map and check off those boxes. There will also be more content in the future for those who want more to do in Pandora. My lack of passion for the franchise crept in to my playing experience. If I truly enjoyed the world of Avatar, I would have fallen in love with this game. As the story continued, I skipped conversations that moved through the game instead of noticing what was happening. It could also be that time of the year when I'm playing so many games throughout the holidays, and my mind kind of goes to family instead, so mentally, I'm not giving any game I'm playing right now my full attention. My main struggle was the side quests took me out of the way so much, and it didn't add as much to the main story as I was hoped. I had difficulty caring for my character and what I needed to be done in the game to take out the RDA. I spent most of my time upgrading myself so that I wouldn't be so killed so quickly and flying around the map to gain further upgrades. The combat was rewarding and the graphics were beautiful. Maybe it was the wrong place, wrong time for Avatar Pandora for me. If you love the world of Avatar, this game will be a home run for you. If you're a fan of open world games that look beautiful and you want to go out there and complete tasks and take out the bad guys, then you most likely will enjoy this as well. It's not a bad game by any means, but it's not a great one for me, and I wish it were. Everything I heard about the game before launch was right up my alley, but ultimately, I was left wanting more. I don't feel like I wasted time playing this game, but I also wish I enjoyed it more. I was left wanting to care more about the characters I was playing, but I really like the gameplay. I recommend you try it if anything, if what I've mentioned has intrigued you, or wait for a sale. That's my review of Avatar's Frontiers of Pandora.